Now for an in-depth look into the developments surrounding the migrant crisis, we connect to Oliver Mojen, reporter for Deutsche Welle, via Skype.
Oliver, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, first of all, it seems most of the people seeking to find a new life perceive Germany as the ideal country to start over. Could you fill us in on some of the attraction factors there?
Oh, I think we all need to look back at where they're coming from, what these people have suffered for the last few years. Then, ever since, I think it was May 2011, the Syrian crisis broke loose. And if you look at Northern Africa, all of the Middle East, people have been suffering from terrorists, activities, from attacks, from all kinds of civil wars. And it's no wonder that people are now flogging to Western Europe, in particular to Germany, because Germany, of all people, of all countries in Europe, has proven to have a very solid track record when it comes to its finances, when it comes to human rights, and overall standards of living.
And we've just heard from Won Ji-yeon's report, but Germany has pledged a massive support for the migrant situation. Is Germany making promises that it can keep?
I think it's going to be a tricky game. It's going to be very, very hard to keep those promises, especially if you look at the overall numbers that we're here in Germany expecting over the next coming years. I mean, just this past weekend, we had welcomed 20,000 new migrants coming into Bavaria, which is in the south of Germany. Another 10,000 expected today. Overall, we're looking at 800,000 people potentially coming to Germany. And it will be hard to see all the communities, the regions, the federal states actually being able to cope with the influx of that many people, because we have already seen the communities struggle with the infrastructure that they have. They are looking for shelter. They're looking for people to help. So this new financial aid plan that's been talked about last night with the additional €6 billion are mainly addressed to, will mainly address putting more policemen in work, putting more 10,000 social aid workers into work to actually help cope with this many people coming in.
Well, on the flip side of Germany is, of course, Hungary. Not being perceived in a positive light would be an understatement in terms of how they're dealing with the migrant situation. What is the rationale behind Hungary's, some would say, over-the-top response?
Well, you have to understand its location. And I'm not saying that they should take a different stand on the topic, but they are bordering onto Serbia. They are just in the process of building a fence there these days, trying to keep people outside of Europe, because once migrants or refugees have actually managed to enter Hungary, they are free to walk about within Europe as they choose. So they have no interest to actually deal with these migrants. They have no interest to allocate any funding, any money to help these people. That's why the whole disastrous situation actually came about in Budapest and the surrounding neighborhoods of the main train station. So Hungary is trying to be very strict. Prime Minister Viktor Orbán actually called it a German problem, not a European problem, when at the same time this morning Angela Merkel, Germany's chancellor, had said on a different tone, was embarking on something like, we can only manage to cope with this crisis together, we as a European Union. So there's quite a mixed picture here on the whole of Europe, but it is mainly about the geographical factors.
So the situation really differs by country by country. Thank you so much for your time today, Oliver.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.